Welcome to Lacekickz.
Welcome to Dr. Lacekickz podcast. Enjoy the show and thank you for the support.
Hello, guys. I got the name of Dr. Lacekickz, and welcome to Kickz and Soul podcast. And yes, I'm here with our brother.
TBOLTS, known as DADLUVZKICKZ on Instagram. How's everybody doing?
Mga kababayan, this is for our community. Big shout out to everyone that's actually listening to us. And yes, my first question is, Kuya, is how did you start your passion or collecting with the sneakers?
Collection. It just started like during the pandemic. When the pandemic hit, that's when I started really collecting. Before that, when I was growing in the Philippines, when I was young, I would just get like one pair at a time because we weren't that rich to begin with. We would get a pair or so from family coming back from the United States, namely my dad would, because he would go here every once in a while and he would bring us a pair. My first ever like really nice shoe was a pair of Jordan 4s. It was the Fire Reds when it first came out, when it first dropped in the 80s. Was it 80s or 90s? I just forgot. But yeah, when it first came out, that was my first like really good pair. And then after that, I would just get like an Air Force. I also had like a Tech Challenge, which was the Andre Agassi one. Now I want a pair, but like it's just hard to get one. It's kind of like up there in price, but I want to collect the Jordan ones more than that before I try and get
the Jordan ones. That
yeah.
big of a problem in the
Most
when it comes to
definitely.
collecting.
Yeah.
Because it is the first style of the Jordan.
And
everybody is kind of dug into that Jordan one.
Exactly. Yeah. The silhouette, you can't. The silhouette on the ones is perfect.
I gotta ask you though, when we're talking about Jordan 1, right? Do you tie up? How do you wear your Jordan 1s? Do you tie up the shoelace or no?
It depends. If I'm wearing like like skinny jeans, I would lace them up and tie them up. When I'm wearing like like joggers and stuff, it's untied, and I would like loosen I'll loosen the laces a bit, so it looks better with the flared joggers. But when I'm wearing jeans, I like the jeans to cover the top part or the sock liner. So yeah, it's all tied. It just depends on the pants I'm wearing.
It depends on what you're wearing, yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. That's same as me. I mean, I like it. I like the way, like how you said it. When it depends as well what pants or what are you wearing.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But my one main problem, I think everybody's got a problem with this, and I think it's the tongue that's going sideways.
Oh yes, most definitely.
I've always said this, and I wish they would fix that where they can just sew the tongue halfway, right? So it doesn't go sideways.
Yeah. Even the one with the garters on the side that goes all the way to the bottom where the insole is, it still does that every once in a while. So sometimes you just end up like tying the shoe anyways. So it just depends. But yeah, so I didn't really get started with collecting until like the pandemic hit. I actually stopped buying like Jordans and stuff for a long while until like I finally broke down. Like
I think for me it's not about all the shoes that you have stocked on your room. It's not about how expensive your collection is. It's your passion that's gotta count.
Exactly. Well, the love for the shoe. Exactly. Yep. So what started me was when I my nephew's like really big into collecting, And
Yeah.
then I just jokingly asked him, "Hey, can Uncle get one? Can you hook Uncle up with one?" So he finally like, you know what? Yeah, I'll send something to you. And he gave me his used Oreo 5s. And then after that, like,
Oh,
you know what? I'll start. Yeah, I'll start
yeah.
at it again. And then um
But
went into like
with collecting, Koya,
mhm.
I think that is a season where we have to stop. You know what I mean? We just
Yeah,
can't keep going. You know,
it
because
gets
we have,
expensive.
yeah,
Yes.
and we have things to buy. We have things
Yep.
to, to actually support. You know what
Yep.
I mean? So
Yep.
we get, best thing is we gotta look after our main things in life
Exactly.
before the sneakers, right?
Before the
Yeah,
hobby. Yep.
because it's
Yep.
always there. It's always gonna be there. It's not gonna go
Yep.
away. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
Most
yeah,
definitely.
it's not only you going through that. I think
Yep.
everyone else
Yep.
in this world that
Exactly.
yeah, that
Yeah.
collects
Sometimes you have to
shoes.
prioritize. Like, do I
Yes.
actually buy food?
Mm.
Do I buy the J's? I don't know. But yeah, most
But
definitely you are
before
correct.
I gotta tell you, my experience was when I didn't have a kid and I started collecting. I
Hmm.
think because I only have one job, right? And
Hmm.
I couldn't. I had to give some money to my mom. And what I
Hmm.
do sometimes is when I buy my shoes,
Hmm.
I'll actually buy noodles, corned beef,
Hmm.
right? And that's for my
Yeah, yeah. You
lunch.
gotta save, skimp
Yeah,
up on some things so you
that's
can
for
like
my
actually
weekly
find
and daily
eggs.
basis.
Exactly. Cup noodles for a moment before you like
Yes.
go back into like eating good stuff. That's true. That's true. I can definitely relate to that.
So you gotta tell me how's the sneaker game in where you are? What have you had? What's the good and bad experience you've had?
Oh, bad experience is just basically dealing with sneakers, trying to
Oh
like,
yeah,
cop
totally.
the latest drops. Cause like, every once in a while you get
Gets
EA and you're
harder.
happy. But like whenever I get EA, it's always just, pairs that I didn't really like, pairs that like I
Mm,
don't like the colorway. And it doesn't matter if it's like a hype pair because it's a collab.
yeah.
I don't go for collabs most of the time. I just go for like what I really like
What you
as
want?
far as
Yeah.
like what color speaks to me, and that's what I'll get. So, and
And that's
whenever
how it
I try
should
and get
be. That's how it should be.
exactly,
Mm.
and whenever I try and shoot for like pairs that I really like, it doesn't matter if it's like hyped or not. I don't normally get EA, or sneakers won't even give it to me. So that's just a bad thing. I mean, you always
Sit.
compete with bots, and
Yes.
it's
Bots,
the
the
worst
back
feeling in the
doors,
world.
and
Exactly.
I'll tell you now how the Jordan UNC, right,
Hmm.
has been changed. They've changed the date for the release, but
Hmm.
you go on Twitter and every single one is where like every
Everybody
single
has one.
yeah
Yep.
has one, right?
Yep.
So by the time you get released, you'll think about this. What about those people that's backdoor, right? And all
Exactly.
those people that who got their sneakers from, how many is there left on the
To
actual
be actually
release?
sold.
Yeah.
Exactly. I always wonder that. And then like I just saw like at a shoe group that I'm in on Facebook. This guy's always selling the Travis Scott Air Max ones.
Mm.
It didn't
Where
even
they
come
coming
out
from?
because sneakers, exactly. Sneakers actually pulled the plug, right? He has
Yeah.
like stacks of them selling them. I'm like, come on, dude, really? Give us a chance. But
That is the
it
bad
is what it
thing
is. Yep,
that we
that's the shoe
see
game.
these days. Yeah. And the thing is, like, for me, like, because I gotta tell you the truth, yeah, like, I've been on that position where I've done that mistake. And now I know that it wasn't for me. I've let it go. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And I've kind of concentrated on what I want to started with when I started this community. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And that's to be passionate, like to have together around and to hear you guys out. You know what I mean? To hear each other out. It's just sometimes it's just more than just the sneakers.
Exactly. It's
Mm.
the community too. Like it's the friends that
Yes.
you gain. like I've gained a few friends from around the world just on Instagram that I follow, that we mutually follow each other, and I
Yeah.
would have like conversations with them, like just talking about life, not just shoes, like how's your day going, how have you been,
Mm,
how's your work day, we would talk about things like that, and like it helps, especially during the pandemic when
yes.
you're cooped up inside your house and you can't talk to anybody. You talk to
That's
people
true.
that actually have the same passion, and
The same
it helps.
passion. Yeah.
It helps a
And
lot. Yep.
that's what we missed out too when this thing happened. You missed out on lining up. You missed out on going to
You
raffles.
miss the cues. Yes,
Yeah,
you
you
miss
missed
the
it.
cues,
Yeah, you miss having that
queuing up, and like that's
conversation.
where exactly that's where you get the connection. Now you
Yeah.
don't. You just have sneakers that you deal with, and you normally just fail on it. You just get the
Mm.
L. You don't even get the wins on the drop. So
Even the dunks with the what's the union dunks, right? It
mhm.
hasn't even released, and every
People have
single
them.
one. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm like, I just saw the teaser. I'm like, oh my God, I want a pair. But I
And
do want the Jordan 2s more than the Dunks. So if I take the lose or the L on the Dunks, I'm okay, just as long as like I get my pair of
the
the
Jordan
2s, which
twos,
is the
uh,
2s are just
they
nice.
they look
I've
so good.
always hated that silhouette until like Union came out with their thing, and I'm like, oh my God, I want a pair of Jordan 2s now. It's because it's the
That's gonna
material.
be rocket high. The price on that.
Exactly. It's going to be
It's gonna be
hard.
crazy.
It's just Union's always really good at using materials, and their
Yes,
color blockings is perfect. I mean, I don't really like collabs, but Union's just they
they
always
have their
smash it.
own. They have their own colorways. You know what I mean?
Exactly. They smash it every time.
Mm.
It's just amazing. Even the Desert Moss 4s,
Mm.
you know how it's like kind of mustard yellow, and it's like, oh my God, how am I gonna sport these? But like when you see people wearing them, like, oh my God, I actually want a pair. This is
It's
Union's
crazy.
Union's
It's
really
great.
good.
It's crazy though because some people that actually wear those hype shoes, it makes you think sometimes, right?
Hmm.
Especially for these people that's actually popular and get the hookup, right?
Connections.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You always wonder like how much did they pay for that? Are they even real?
Right.
You know
Do
what I mean? Are
they
they
do
even
they
legit? You know what I
do they
mean?
pay retail because it's someone
Yeah.
that they know? Or
Yeah.
like, they get hookups. I
Yeah.
mean, I had to pay through the nose with my unions just because I wanted them.
Mm.
But yeah.
We have to suffer sometimes when you want something,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. Yep. 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 So
Uh, so you gotta tell me what kind of shoes are you looking at in the future?
the
Instead of
Jordan,
the just
the
not the unions. I know
just
you
not
want
the
the
unions. Okay. What else am I gonna try and shoot for? The fire red threes. Oh my God! When I saw it, I was like, "Ah." Anything like that's the Jordan threes or Jordan fours with the
that's
Nike ear in
comfortable
the
shoes.
heel,
The
and
comfortable
it has a
shoes.
Nike ear in the hoop, the heels, and not the Jumpman. I just gotta have it.
You just
It's
gotta
something
have it
that I
because it's a
really
collection,
exactly,
right? Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
But I think I think for for those kind of things, why don't you look at other stores on those sides? Because sometimes they do sell on retail.
Hmm.
Like those you, man, you guys are lucky. You guys have heaps of like varieties of sneaker shoes over there.
Stores, yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's true.
but again, there's a lot of people that sells fakes there.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard. That it's always hard to find like a really good plug. I'm lucky to have a good plug for
I
my
gotta
shoes.
say, there's no money to when it comes to like there's no friendship when it comes to business. There's no friendship
Exactly.
involved. It's very
Yeah.
hard.
So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm,
You still have to pay, but it's just it's
mm.
just you get fortunate enough to find someone that would like won't you know
I think
mess with you like that.
what we need in the sneaker game is that someone that's actually can share sometimes a bit of that side to the
Mm-hmm.
community. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And help the community out. You know,
Exactly.
instead of like trying to impress other people and just
Mm-hmm.
helping your own circle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least by helping someone else's or others, you gain something from it. You know what I mean? Like the feeling
Yeah.
of knowing that you help with that,
Help someone. Yeah.
yeah, and with that
Exactly.
trying to earn something back from it,
Mm-hmm.
It's just for your own heart,
Yeah.
That's what we're missing in this game.
Exactly. Which is why I'm like trying to sell my a few of my pairs right now, because I know I'm not gonna wear them. So I'm gonna sell them just so I can get like pairs that I really want to, and have someone else enjoy the pairs that I got.
Yes.
You like
And
the
that's
Uni Blues.
yeah,
I,
that's
as much
part
as I
of our
like it,
game too.
exactly, exactly.
It's a
Yeah,
recycle thing, right?
exactly. And that's how you find your other pairs. So,
Yeah.
but you just don't try and like sell it so high that, yeah, because
People
you,
will
you
get
try to put
really
yourself in their shoes too.
position.
Like,
Yeah.
exactly. If it's someone that just really wants to shoot, and you can probably give them, make a little bit of profit, but at the same time, not,
If if
tax
it's
them too
already
much.
worn, if there's no,
Exactly. But mine's
you,
like whenever I try and sell things, it's DS. So,
mm.
you know, it comes with everything.
Yeah.
So, but still, I don't like try and like overcharge if it's
Yeah.
something that I don't see myself wearing. So I sell them for a good price.
There's no point of them sitting in there, right?
Exactly. I
They're
don't
just gonna
collect.
rot. It's
Exactly.
gonna
I don't
break.
collect
Yeah.
to put it on my wall. I actually collect to wear, and I put them on my rotation. So
You gotta
I
give
try
me
to enjoy the shoe
you gotta tell me what is your favorite, like give me a list of your favorite sneakers of all time.
of
Like
all
your top,
time.
yeah.
Okay, I
It
actually
could be
made a
top
list.
10, it could be top 5, anything you want.
Oh, there's top 10. There's actually more than top 10, but like these are like my most favorite ones.
Yeah.
So you gotta
Give
have
it to
like
me.
the bread Jordan ones. You
Mhm.
gotta get the bread ones. You gotta bread the bread 11s,
Yeah.
because it's iconic. Like the shot. I mean,
Historical,
and
yeah.
exactly. I want the origin story ones just because I'm a big nerd as well. So I just gotta have that comic book thing going on,
Mm.
and of course the Travis Scott ones, the Fire Red 4s, which is the OG,
Yes.
my first ever shoe. Bread 4s. I also like the JTH 3s, which is the Bio Beige,
Buy it, yeah.
the Bio Beige Jordan 3s, the Chicago ones, and then I can't.
Oh, I want them to restock.
Yes, yes, yeah. And then I can't choose between the two Union pairs, so both of them actually. So which is why I have both of them. I just gotta have both of them. So yeah, yeah. Those are like the top 10, but like
Mm.
there's like a whole lot more that I
Yeah,
can
it's
name.
hard. It's hard.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
why
It
I
just
played.
depends on the day too.
Yeah, it depends on the day that you think of, like what
Yeah,
you like,
exactly.
right?
Oh my God, I actually like that shoe. Yep, it's like that. Yeah.
I actually started. I'll tell you a bit about myself. I started
Uh-huh.
back in when I was 30. That's before I get to Australia. That's back in '95. I got here in '96.
Mhm.
Taga ano Manila, back
Mhm.
home, Philippines.
Mhm.
And that's when they had this commercial with Space Jam back in Philippines, right?
Oh my God, man. Those
and
are great.
I never know who Michael Jordan was, right?
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never watched NBA before
Oh
I
my
seen that
God. Yeah.
commercial, right? So when I got here, they had it on VHS.
VHS, yeah.
Yeah. So we were renting that, and as well, I was watching it for days, right? And what got me started was that movie, right? After that
Mhm.
movie, I fell in love with the Jordan 7. That was my first ever shoe, right? And ever since then, if anyone asks me what's your grail, what's your shoe, there's nothing to beat the Jordan 7. That's
Really?
the hairs, yes.
Yeah. So mine was the Force, because it's always like, think it's always the first pair that you get. It would be your
And
like your top
what
favorite.
you fell in love with, you know what I mean?
Exactly. That's the first silhouette that you get would probably be your most favorite, which is mine's. It's like, I mean, I love Jordan 1s, but the Jordan 4s is what really make me fall in love with shoes, because it's
And
just the
then
silhouette of them is
I'll
just
put
nice.
I'll put the up tempo, the Olympic, and
Oh,
the Jordan
yes.
7 pairs at the same level because the same way
Really?
I fell in love with them too.
Up tempos are nice, man.
Yes.
Those are, and
You
then
can't
they're
ball on
kind of
them though.
you.
There's no
Really,
way. I can't ball on them.
really.
They're very stiff and they're very heavy on your foot.
Wow, I didn't know that. I
Mm.
didn't know that. I don't play too much basketball for me to like really know. I do love watching basketball. I grew up watching
Mm.
basketball, but like I was never athletic, so
But
I don't
I
play that
think
much.
most sneakers these days anyway is like Jordan from 16 or 17, right? They're not really meant for ball these days anyway,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. That
And I
only
think the
the newest
Pipens,
ones. The
yeah,
newest ones are the ones that you can actually ball with because of the technology. But
yeah, the
yeah.
36, the 20 plus up, right? You
Yep.
can ball
Yep.
on them. But I think
Exactly.
when it comes to those styles, I think it might have had different, different structure how
Mm-hmm.
they did it than the streetwear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Because like
It's-
the old designs won't
mm,
probably like you will probably kill your feet and your knees. You
yes.
know. You.
I gotta ask you, have you seen the penny ones that's coming out?
Oh my God, dude. That brings me back. That brings me back because I used to uh watch him play when he was with the Orlando Magic with Shaquille. So yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Penny Hardaway, man, those shoes are nuts. Everybody had a pair.
Uh,
Because
uh,
before you can just basically buy from the store,
Foot
and
Locker,
everybody
yes.
would exactly, and it
Same as
was
the
not
Jordan
as bad.
11,
Exactly,
same as the up tempos.
everything.
They
The
sit on
Ju-
them.
Yep. At some point, Jordan ones were being sold for $99 or less for
Yes,
sale because no one would buy them. And now look at how much
the
they
game has expanded.
exactly. Like as soon as it drops, prices go like at least double. It's
Mm,
amazing, and it's also sad at the same time because not everybody can enjoy the shoes now.
can enjoy the game now, yeah. But that's why I think it's handy when we have stocks, when we have
Mm-hmm.
those kind of stores, because we've got a
Yep.
second chance to actually get
Exactly.
it, right?
Yeah, I always want retros. I always like it when Nike decides to retro pairs. So I'm waiting for the tech challenge to retro again. So I finally get a second pair because I
Mm.
worn mine's to bits. It just I obliterated it.
I gotta ask
Um,
what with that penny release, you think it's gonna be hard or gonna be easy?
I don't think it's gonna be as hard as a pair of Jordans,
Yeah.
but it's still. I mean, there's still a lot of fans, and it's still
Mm.
gonna sell.
It's gonna be
Um,
a war.
so
Especially when you're throwing back the pennies.
yep, 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 yep. It's a nice silhouette, and it's really a nice pair of shoes. So
Mm.
a lot of people when I go on like shoe forums,
It's a
and they would
throwback on this
yep
season, I think.
exactly, and like oh it's about to re-release, and you see all these people just commenting, oh my God, I had that pair before, and I want now, it's yeah, just I think it's not going to be as hard as copying a pair of Jordans, but it's still going to be fairly hard because you would have fans of the silhouette and they'll try to
Yes.
really try and get a pair. So
And again,
which is
you've got the bots, you've got the
yeah,
back doors. Oh
I
no.
hate those. Yeah, that's just the worst.
In
You have to compete
Australia,
with those.
right here,
Hmm.
a shoe release when it comes to release is so shit,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Because we get the leftovers from Europe, right?
Hmm.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's just bad. And then,
Uh-huh.
but the good thing here is we don't have anyone that can backdoor because everything is
That's
on the
great. Yeah.
everything is
So
on
you
the
guys
record.
are still like on the same level. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good. You guys are
and
lucky in
and
that
I
sense.
yeah, I think we're safe on that. But then we have a bot, right? And I
Yeah.
think each time the online Nikes and that even though they try and update the bridge where they can't get onto
Hmm.
it, they still can go
They
into
still
it.
get yeah. They
Now,
find a way.
yeah, they can find a way because it's a computer, right? It's a
Yeah.
system where no
Exactly.
one can
It's
beat it,
yep.
right?
It's a
They can,
program.
yeah.
Exactly.
But Koya, I gotta ask you, right? I just want to say thank you very much for coming in as well.
Oh, thank you for having me. Thank you for picking my brain. I love talking about shoes. So
Oh, we can do this again. Don't worry, Kuya.
Okay, that's all. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, because
Well, yeah.
I'm actually doing this season just to show everyone and show our community from
Hmm.
Philippines, right? That
Hmm.
what we can have something together to build
Hmm.
than trying to like trying to match against each other. Like what you have.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not about that
Yeah.
sometimes.
It's not
You gotta
about
let that shit
like
go.
how hype the pair you have. It's
Yeah,
it's just like the same love for
yeah.
shoes, basically. Because
It's
some
not
people
about
would
being
just
on top, right? It's not about being on top
exactly.
all the time.
Because some people will collect like just ZX Adidas's or
Mm,
Asics Tigers because
exactly.
they love that silhouette. And, you got to respect them for what they love,
Yes,
and if they can actually rock them really well, then yeah, then that's great.
exactly. And we should
Exactly.
actually be happy that, you know, like we should actually be happy that we can afford them. Some people in this
Yeah,
world cannot
can't
afford them.
even
Yeah.
exactly. That's true.
So I don't know. Like I think it's kind of a way where I want people to get together,
Hmm.
help each other. It's a
Hmm.
start of getting your your community around you have that
Hmm.
ways and change the ways because we don't the game's just gonna get
Exactly.
worse.
It's just gonna get worse.
Yes. It's gotta
It's
start
actually
somewhere.
exactly, and it sucks that like the community has been infected with people that just want the hype. It's not
Mm,
about like owning the pair because they actually love the
mm.
pair. It's more like, oh, it's a
Money.
hype pair. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get it because I'm rich enough to buy it. It's sad, but it is what it is now.
It's part of the society we live in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where flexing is better than.
Exactly.
I got a message for everyone. Flex your heart. It's better.
That's true. Yes. 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 And of
Oh,
course, respect what people have. Respect what
yes.
people have. Respect their opinions and
Mm.
their wants. I mean, some people would
Everybody
like
have their own rights.
exactly, and I
Mm.
hate it when people like dog on other people with what they're wearing. Like, oh, why are you wearing that colorway? That's trash. Like, come on, dude.
Exactly.
He probably likes that pair, so
It's better
you just
off
have
them not sharing of their thoughts, right?
exactly. If
Keep it
if
to
you don't have
yourself.
anything nice to say, just
Yeah.
don't say it at all. I mean, we all have our love for the shoe game, so you just got to respect each other.
Mm. I
At
gotta
least that's
say,
my opinion.
before we cut this out, have we got a message for the people out there or our listeners that, in example, mental health issue, things like that?
Mhm. Oh yeah. Well, try and always to connect with people that are into the same things. It really helps. I mean, it gets really hard, being trapped at everybody's houses. Like, if you're still in quarantine or whatnot, just try and reach out to other people.
Mm.
It's always better than just keeping things to yourself. And yeah, there would be times that even with my family here at
Mm.
the house, it still gets hard when you can't
Yes.
go out. So try and like just reach out to
Yes.
people on social media, reach out to, and there's like resources out there too that you can call.
Mm.
Just take care of yourself more than anything. You got to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. So that's
That's it.
that's
That's it. We're
yeah.
gonna, Koya, before I cut this, we gotta do this again and let me know
Mhm.
when you are free again. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes, most definitely. Just let me know, and I'm I'm happy you had me here today. Thank
I'm
you,
happy
Dad.
for you to
Thank
come in.
you. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
having me. Thank
Thank you
you.
very much for actually supporting us.
Oh yes, of course, of course. Any Filipino thing, I'm down with.
I could never forget our background. I love our
Yeah,
background.
exactly. Yeah, you may be
All right.
naturalized somewhere else. You still, in heart and in your genes, you're still there.
Mm, mm.
That's where you come from.
No
So
matter no matter where you're from. Well,
exactly.
no
Yep.
matter where
No
you're
matter
at
where you
this
are,
moment,
it's
yeah.
about where you're
It's
from.
about where you're from. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, Kuya. Thank you very much for
Oh,
coming in.
thank you. Thank you so much for
And
having me.
I'll be in touch, yeah?
All right. Yes,
All
yes.
right, Kuya. Thank you very much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye
That's my son.
bye.
Thank you all for listening and stay tuned for the next episode.